Yesterday, I talked about the laugh of embarrassment, that specific kind of laughter that's really about discomfort and insecurity, not about genuine humor. And as I was reflecting on that, I realized something. That kind of laughter can trigger something deeper. It can spark self-doubt. It can make you question yourself. It can make you think, maybe they're right. Maybe I am stupid. Maybe I shouldn't have spoken up. And I think many of us have been there. You say something you believe in, and you're met with laughter or dismissal. And suddenly, that voice in your head starts whispering, "You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You shouldn't have said anything." So today, I want to share some techniques to address self-doubt. Because self-doubt is a part of being human. It's going to show up. The question isn't how to eliminate it. It's how to respond to it when it does. I've broken these into two categories: 3 techniques you can use in the moment when self-doubt hits, and 3 techniques you can practice daily, long-term, to build resilience. Let's start with the immediate techniques, the ones you can use on the spot when you feel self-doubt creeping in. Technique 1, cognitive reframing. This comes from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, and it's one of the most well-researched techniques for managing negative thoughts. Here's how it works. When you notice self-doubt, when that voice says, "You're stupid," or "You shouldn't have said that," you pause and challenge the thought directly. You ask yourself 2 questions. What evidence supports this doubt? What evidence contradicts it? Let's say you spoke up in a meeting and got a lukewarm response. Your brain might jump to, "I sounded stupid. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot." Now you pause and ask, what's the evidence? Maybe there isn't any, just a feeling. No one actually said you were wrong. No one criticized you. You're just assuming it. Then you ask, what evidence contradicts it? Maybe you've spoken up before and gotten positive feedback. Maybe your idea actually had merit. Maybe you were brave to speak at all. This isn't about pretending the doubt doesn't exist. It's about forcing your brain to look at the situation more objectively. It interrupts the negative spiral. It restores perspective. Technique 2, grounding with breath. This is a physiological technique. It works on your body to calm your mind. Here's how it works. When you're in self-doubt mode, your body activates the stress response. Your heart rate increases. Your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. Your muscles tense up. This physical state reinforces the mental state. It makes the doubt feel more real and more urgent. Slow, deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that calms you down. It sends a signal to your brain. You're safe. You don't need to be in fight or flight mode. Try the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale for 8 seconds. When you exhale, imagine releasing the tension, the anxiety, the doubt. Let it go. It's not magic, but it's a powerful way to reset your nervous system in the moment. It gives your brain a break from the spiral, even if just for a few seconds. Technique 3, the self-compassion pause. This one comes from Dr. Kristin Neff's research on self-compassion. It's about shifting how you talk to yourself in moments of failure or inadequacy. Here's how it works. When you notice self-doubt, you pause and speak to yourself with kindness instead of criticism. You can say something like, "It's human to feel doubt. I'm not alone in this. Everyone experiences this at some point." This is important because most of us respond to self-doubt with self-criticism. We beat ourselves up. We tell ourselves we're not good enough. But research shows that self-criticism actually makes you less resilient. It keeps you stuck in the negative state. Self-compassion, on the other hand, reduces anxiety and helps you move forward. When you acknowledge that everyone experiences doubt, you're no longer the exception. You're not broken. You're not inadequate. You're just human. That shift in perspective can significantly reduce the sting of self-criticism. Now, let's talk about the long-term techniques. These are practices you can build into your daily routine to strengthen your confidence over time. Technique 4, mastery experiences. This comes from Albert Bandura's self-efficacy theory. Bandura is one of the most influential psychologists of the modern era, and his research shows that the most powerful way to build confidence is through actual experience, through doing things successfully. Here's how it works. You set and complete achievable goals daily. It doesn't have to be big. It can be finishing a small task, learning one new thing, or simply showing up for something you committed to. The key is that you complete something. You succeed. You prove to yourself that you're capable. Every time you complete a task, you're sending a signal to your brain. I did that. I can do things. I'm capable. These small wins accumulate over time. They become a reservoir of evidence against self-doubt. The beauty of this technique is that you can't argue with evidence. When your brain says you're not capable, you can point to your list of completed tasks and say, actually, here are all the things I've done. I am capable. Technique 5. Journaling for evidence. This is a written practice. Keep a journal or a notes app where you record your accomplishments and positive feedback. Whenever someone compliments you, whenever you achieve something, whenever you feel proud of yourself, write it down. Research shows that reviewing past successes strengthens your memory of competence. It counters the human bias toward remembering failures. Our brains are wired to remember the negative more vividly. It's called negativity bias. It's an evolutionary survival mechanism, but you can actively train your brain to remember the positive by recording and reviewing it. When self-doubt hits, you can open your journal and remind yourself, here are all the times I was capable. Here are all the times I succeeded. Here is the evidence. It becomes harder to believe you're inadequate when you have a list of evidence to the contrary. Technique 6. Mindfulness training. This is about building a different relationship with your thoughts. Here's how it works. Regular mindfulness practice reduces rumination, that tendency to get stuck in negative thought loops. When you ruminate, you replay the same negative thoughts over and over, making them feel bigger and more real. Mindfulness breaks that cycle. It also increases emotional regulation, so you can respond to doubt more calmly. You're not as reactive. You have more space between the trigger and your response. Studies show that mindfulness is linked to lower self-doubt and higher resilience. It teaches you to observe your thoughts without judgment. You notice the self-doubt, but you don't have to believe it. You don't have to act on it. You can just let it pass. It's just a thought. It's not the truth. Even 5 minutes of mindfulness practice a day can make a difference. It's like building a mental muscle. Over time, you get better at observing your thoughts instead of getting swept away by them.